Hey, what's up, everybody? It is about 3:03 in the morning. I don't have to be at work for another, well, actually 3:05, so I don't have to be at work for another 12 hours. Actually, 11, yeah, 12 hours and 25 minutes. So, yeah, it's kind of strange. Yeah, I'll sleep, don't worry about that. But, like I've mentioned before in my updates, and especially the summer updates, summer update for this channel. These are the kind of times and opportunities I have to, work around. Whether I'm working or I'm off, whether I'm working the next day or I'm off the next day, to do videos. So, anyway, with that said, as you can see above or below, depending on how you watch this, I'm here to review both Worlds Unite Part 9, which is Sonic Universe 78, issue 78. Like I said, Worlds Unite Part 9. And just out this past week, Worlds Unite Part 10, which is issue 10 of Sonic Boom. And basically what both issues are, more along the line of the sense, is the recruitment. They are recruitment issues for the heroes. Now, true, we go back to Sigma, who, right off the bat, I think in Part 9, realizes that, X and his comrades, are basically trying to interfere with his plans and try to probably bring other heroes and people to help. So he basically decides, okay, that's fine, they can come back, but they're not going to have a place to come back to. So anyway, basically what these issues are recruitment issues. Now, like I said, you get a whole, now I'm sure Mega Beatman's talked about this, and I'm sure others have talked about this, but basically you get all kinds of characters in these issues from different games. Like right off the bat here, you kind of get an idea of what the characters will be there and what the characters in that issue will be. Now, from here, we'll open them up and everything, kind of give you an idea, because they do go into certain gaming worlds to recruit people. Like right off the bat, you have Sonic and Breakman going into Miracle World, where basically, and this is a theme for for both issues. A majority of the heroes, if the villains and all that, have basically taken care of a majority of the Mavericks on their own. Like you have Alex Kidd and Stella basically taking care of what is his name? Magna Centipede, basically taking care of him because he's cheating at the rock, paper, scissors. So basically, after a brief explanation and making sure the Unity engine isn't being used, Alex Kidd and Stella decide, okay, we'll go with you. They do a rock, paper, scissors, and basically it's revealed that it doesn't matter who would have won it between the two, that they both decide, hey, we're going to go, we'll take care of it. Now, the next one, of course, is Ghosts and Goblins, and I believe that's a Capcom game. Of course it is, because it's part of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And basically, we're kind of like in the middle of a traditional Ghosts and Goblins game here. You have Sir Arthur going up against what's his name, Astaroth, and he's going after him because he wants to free the princess. And Astaroth, of course, basically, if you play Ghosts and Goblins, you kind of know Astaroth and Sir Arthur are enemies. So Astaroth decides to send his firebrand gargoyle-like dragon after him, and It's like just as Firebrand and Arthur are about to fight each other, that's when the Genesis portal opens up, and here you have the Maverick Hunters, which I'm trying to look at the name here, are Gmail and Zane, or Zan, Gmail and Zan. They basically just walk in, it's just it's like I'm saying, here you have Firebrand and Sir Arthur, they're about to go right at it, and all of a sudden the Genesis portal just interrupts that, and here you have these two Mavericks, walking in, walking in like it's nothing, like it's no big deal. It's like, this place is a dump. Let's just drop this Unity engine off, turn it on, and go. It's like it's no big deal to them. And of course, Arthur, who I guess is portrayed sometimes as a not so bright but brave, mistakes them for knights, and of course he pays the price. This is where Bunny, of course, along with it looks like Zero, Bunny and Zero, they come charging in. They take out the Mavericks. Of course, Astaroth, has just had it up there here. He's like, hold it. It's like, time out. What's going on? He wants to know what the hell's going on here. So, Bunny, and I like this. I'll give Ian Flynn credit on this. When Bunny's, when he grabs, when Astaroth, basically says, enough of this crap, stop, time out, enough of this madness, what's going on? And he kind of gets the attention of Bunny and Zero. I like how Ian adds in right before she starts explaining to Astaroth what's going on. He adds in this. He adds in her asking, "What in the hoo-ha? What in the hoo-ha?" Now, you think to yourself, where have I heard that before from Bunny? Sad AM, of course. You got to remember. She always said in Sad AM, she would always use the term hoo-ha, like in Spy Hog, the episode before Doomsday. Her and Sally are getting the information about the Doomsday Project and any other information they can get from Robotnik. Basically the plans and all that. And Bunny, when Sally says, "Hey, Sally says I've got the plans, for the Doomsday Project, the schematics." Bunny's like, "Good, now let's get the hoo-ha out of here." Or when Dulcie has that little trance for the first time, in the hut, and she, flies up to the top and then crashes back down. She asks what the hoo-ha happened, or the void where, they get, brought into the void by Naga. She's asking, "Who the hoo-ha are you?" It's like, and to see that in part 9 of Worlds Unite, her saying that before she explains what's going on, and going on to Astaroth. It's really it's a nice little throwback to Sad AM, and I appreciate that like any longtime fan. Now, Astaroth ain't too happy about this. Now, isn't too happy about hearing this. He said basically he's not too happy about this, and when one of the Maverick Hunters tries to attack Bunny from behind, Astaroth just ends up frying the Maverick Hunter, and then tells Arthur, "Look, we're gonna." He's calling. Yeah, he basically tells Arthur that he's going to call the truth now, and that Firebrand's going to go with Arthur, with these creatures, weird creatures as he puts it, back to the realm to stop this Sigma guy. Now, of course, this is where, like I said, this is around the beginning of the issue, where Sigma kind of senses that X is trying to interfere, going to try to cause trouble, and it realizes that he needs to take down the one thing that they always will come back to as a safe platform, and that is Sky Patrol. Now the next one we get is Skies of Arcadia. And it's basically the same kind of thing. You have the hero characters fighting, I'm trying to see what his name is. Heidel Idol Macaron, Title Macaron, and you have all the characters. You have Inurik, you have Drasum, you have Guidol, I think. You have Aka, I think. Eka. You have Finna, and then you have Vise, and they're both all attacking and finally getting the Maverick Whale, I guess you could say the Whale Maverick Hunter, out of the way. And of course, they're kind of surprised a little bit by the appearance of Knuckles, saying, "Oh my God," and I think it's Aka, I can't think of her name is. She's like kind of taken back that Knuckles is talking and like looking at Quake Woman's outfit like it's a little different. But finally, it's like, okay, look, and basically Quake Woman has to explain that she's a robot from another world who came to stop that Maverick, but clearly, the heroes of Skies of Arcadia didn't need their help. And then Knuckles goes on to explain what's going on and asks if they want to help, and thus there you go. Then next up, we get a visitation to Street Fighter World, where we have Styx. Now this is what's going to get people, and I'm sure Mega Beatman's already done a review on this. I'll probably watch his in a little while. Styx is there, but then Styx shows up with X, and then later on Axel in Sonic Boom, in the Sonic Boom continuation of World Unite. And here you have her in the Street Fighter world. She's cheering on her new team. They're basically beating the crap out of a Maverick Hunter there. And then they beat the crap out of the Unity engine, kind of a la the bonus stages in Street Fighter. And Guile, Chun-Li's wondering what's the matter because she's looking at Guile, and Guile's wondering, but basically Guile is just thinking, basically after they beat the Maverick and destroy the Unity engine, or while Ken and Ryu are destroying the Unity engine, you have Chun-Li asking Guile what's the matter, and Guile's just saying that he's thinking that they stopped this Maverick here, but what's stopping Sigma from sending more to other parts of the world? And then this is where we have Blizzard Buffalo encounter Bison. He encounters Bison, and of course Blizzard Buffalo is not intimidated at first until Bison just waves off his attack like this, and then zooms right at him, grabs him by the neck, and finally Blizzard Buffalo admits the truth. He's like, okay, here's the deal. That our Master Sigma is having us place all these Unity engines around the world, in your world and other worlds, so you can drain life out of them. And that's the last thing Blizzard Buffalo says before, Bison just snaps his neck at the same time saying that this quote-unquote Sigma has earned the attention of Shadowloo. So that'll be really interesting in the end as well. Then of course we get Knights, and we have a little bit of them going up against this, kind of look at the Maverick here, Storm Eagle and Storm Owl. They're going, you have Knights and you have Rella. They were obviously fighting each other, then they're fighting these guys, and then here you have Tails coming in. You have Tails coming in along with what is it, Turbulence Man or something? Can't think of his name. Turbulence Man or something. And again, just like before, they go on to explain what's going on. Knights is cool with it. He'll go, Knights is cool with it, decides that it'll go, and he, she, whatever will go. Rail is Rayla is not too thrilled about it, doesn't want to do it until Wiseman convinces him to do it and says, look, they will not be challenged by the Sigma or anybody as far as this world is concerned. So they end up all going back into Sonic's world again. And then we finish it off with Sally and Woodman showing up in the world of Orikama. And they see Amastru, I've never been able to pronounce that wolf's name, who is the avatar of the Sun Goddess, fighting Blizzard Wolf Fang and almost defeating him, and defeating him and destroying the Unity engine. And of course you have Issue. At first not sure about them when they see him, but obviously Amastru is cool with the characters. It's cool with Sally and Woodman. And Sally goes on to explain the situation while you have Issue basically, I guess, flirting with her after explaining that, explaining of who he is to Amastru, and then he basically asks Sally who she is, but he asked her but this is how he asked her. He didn't say, well, who are you? He says, who are you, cutie? So kind of flirts with her a little bit. And it looks like Woodman, I think, kind of gets a giggle out of that or something. I'm not really sure. And Sally's like not sure how to react a little bit, but she goes on to explain what's going on. She asks if Amastru and, like I said, Issue can lend them a help. And basically, Issue agrees that Amastru is on board, and since they're a package deal, that Sally gets the pleasure of his company as well. And Sally and Woodman lead him back to the Genesis portal, stating that she doesn't like to leave Cream alone so close to Sigma. And basically the issue ends with Sigma getting ready to destroy the Sky Patrol. And you have Flashman saying it's about time for them to abandon ship. And that basically is the last issue of Sonic Universe to be part of Worlds Unite. The next one is the Silver Arc, which is going to be issue 79. Now, next up we have Sonic Boom, which is Worlds Unite Part 10, issue 10 of it. And you have Styx and X beginning in this issue, and they show up in the world of Monster Hunter. And here they have and it looks like X is kind of shocked by Reivew and Palico race of helpful cat hunters. I don't know about that, but you have Maverick X kind of shocked by that. And I can't think of this guy's name right now. Well, Agile, Volan, and Sergis. They end up fighting them, and all of a sudden you have Sor, Mongolo, Elder Dragon come in and basically destroy these Maverick Hunters like the nothing. And of course X is getting ready to fight him, but Styx kind of says no, kind of says no, don't worry about it, and kind of starts talking